and welcome back to EWC Central. I'm Quickshot, sitting on the sofa with Steve as well as PHENOM, a Norwegian player for Ninjas in Pajamas. Let's talk a little bit about Street Fighter 6 before we look at some gameplay. I'd love for you to introduce yourself to our viewers and tell us how you felt the tournament has gone for you.
Well, I think you introduced yourself, introduced me to the audience pretty well. I think my name is PHENOM. I'm a professional Street Fighter player representing Ninjas in Pajamas. And the tournament for me, it went okay in the beginning, but I couldn't really close it out to qualify for the next phase at the end. So it was a bit like not what I expected of myself, but next year is always another chance.
Well, obviously, we already know, man, you're a competitor. You travel around quite a bit. Yeah. I'm going to be real. A lot of people was expecting you to take Noah out. What were some of your thoughts going into that, man? How do you feel about his playstyle overall? I would love to hear your opinion on it.
Noah is like really aggressive, offensive player, and he sticks to his game plan.
No matter what.
No matter what. And I think there was a lot of like technical errors that I made in the end, which kind of like started down spiraling in his favor. So it was actually pretty small things, but it ended up costing me.
You were in the lead in that set, if I'm not mistaken, when I started watching. Like, what do you think? I know you said you had a lot of errors. Yeah. How do you feel about? We just recently had an update in like 6. Do you feel like Luke is a little lower down? Because this guy's known for kind of asking and kind of making sure the world knows that Ken's not that good, right?
Oh, Ken is. I always say Ken is good. I just say he's not top 5.
Hey, look, I'm not as a Ken player. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying, comparatively, do you think Luke now kind of is a little lower now because of this newest update?
I think Luke is still good. Like, I think him and Ken are kind of similar in a way, in the sense that they're both still good, strong characters, but they're just not one of the best.
I absolutely love the breakdown, Steve. Fantastic questions. PHENOM, really good answers. I appreciate your honesty as well with us. Yeah. Just before we look at some of the live games, what do you think of the group stage, the first stage, the number of knockouts?
Yeah.
Like, we ran this graphic earlier showing how the broadcast team, they'd predicted, you know, Big Bird, Mena RD, Punk. Those are kind of the big names that the on-air talent were expecting. They all crashed and burned hard. What do you make of the groups and the results?
I think, you know, the world level, like, at this game is much more tighter than people think. And anyone can lose to any of the other good players on any given day. So it's not, I wouldn't really actually call it an upset in that regard, because all the good players know how good everyone is.
Can I say thank you for that? The reason for that, on our show here, we have Street Fighter 6, we've obviously got Steve, we have Teamfight Tactics, we have Fortnite. We're explaining multiple games, we're doing this kind of interview podcast type of thing. So it's really important to get people who are competing in the tournament to help explain that as well. Just before we look at some of the gameplay from today, what have you thought of EWC? What do you think of the arenas? And the fact that Street Fighter 6 is next to Fortnite? Like, that's a weird sentence.
That's kind of
crazy.
What I
mean?
That is
but it's also
crazy.
Cool.
No, I think it's pretty cool. I mean, Fortnite is no stranger to Street Fighter. They love adding Street Fighter characters to their game.
No. They're adding Fortnite characters to Street Fighter. Get it right, bro.
Well, you know, there's been a little bit of a relationship between, you know, Fortnite and Street Fighter.
To be fair, every single game has a relationship. Every single I mean, there are League of Legends characters in there.
Star Wars and everything.
Star Wars and Dragon Ball. I mean, Goku has a gun. Like, are you kidding me?
You're breaking a little kid's heart when you say that.
Goku doesn't need a gun.
No, you don't need a gun.
Unbelievable. Okay, one of the things that we like to do is when we do get pro players with our gameplay experts, show some gameplay footage and talk about it. I've got a replay package of Gachu-kun taking down Dual Kevin earlier.
Oh, wow.
So that's 3-1 in favor of Gachu-kun. So Steve, take the lead on this one and tell me what you think of the highlights.
So I was already kind of like trying to show them like mirror matches was going to be a thing, right? But we already know Gachu-kun, he's like the Rashid. Going into this, we saw Dual Kevin has been playing crazy all year, traveling. What was your thoughts going into this matchup? Did you see Gachu-kun taking it clean, and just your thoughts on Dual Kevin?
I think during this match in the beginning, Dual Kevin couldn't really get anything started, so he was, you know, just getting kind of beaten pretty bad by Gachu-kun. But towards the end of the set, like, you can see Dual Kevin won the game when he was down 2-0, and we've seen in this tournament a lot of people coming down when they're 0-2.
Yep.
But there were some some really small mistakes he did at the end there. Like, this is a huge mistake, actually.
Oh, he did a throw. He could have killed him.
Yeah, he could have killed him.
And he ran it back. I didn't see this set. Oh, nah. I didn't
Yeah.
see this. That was my first time looking at that. That's crazy.
I mean, Steve, we were live on air. You couldn't watch
my
the game.
earpiece and popped out and everything. Hold on, let me fix myself.
He was coming back, playing really good, and then he made a huge mistake like that.
Oh my God.
I mean, crazy. Okay, explain to me, why is it such a big deal, Steve?
Because one, Gachikun's a Capcom Cup champion. One, once again, you're fighting the same character. And two, you went for a throw instead of just actually doing a combo.
Yeah.
I get it, because when you're in that situation, you're like, I'm going to take the simplest output. I don't even want a chance to drop the combo.
And he wanted the optimal meter build.
Yep.
Oh, by the way, I actually believe we're going to bring that up again, so you can actually give us a little bit more of a breakdown on why it's such a big deal. Phenom, the reason for that, we actually teach viewers as well. So, Steve, over to you.
So, like, as you can see right here, he actually got this big DI. He could have potentially stunned him on anything, but instead he goes for a throw to try to build meter for the next round because he knew he was down a round, and Gachikun completely capitalized, brings it all the way back, puts him in basically a checkmate situation where you would have to either use all your meter and something unfortunate would have to happen.
Out of interest, would you have said that that's a pixel of hit points, by the way? Because you don't.
That's less than a pixel. That's the beginning of life right there. That is the end.
I'll give you guys a quick update, Rael. We have just jumped into the live broadcast for Street Fighter 6. It's Angry Bird versus Kakeru. This is still upper bracket.
Oh, Angry Bird just won.
And it looks like he's just won. So that's 3-1. That's just smashed it.
Yeah.
Wow. How does that make you feel seeing Kakeru losing? That's got to make you feel a little happy.
No.
Don't let him get to you. He does this. He likes to do this.
The reason I'm being mean to Phenom or implying things, it was Kakeru that eliminated Phenom obviously in the lower bracket from groups 1.
But I sent him to losers.
Yep. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
But he sent you home.
Yes, but this is
Don't let you.
no. It's not the same because I was already got like I was so close to qualifying and I lose to Noah.
Yeah.
I was mentally
checked out. You had already checked out.
Disadvantaged stage compared to Kakeru, who just came from a win.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I played Kakeru, and after playing him, I told Angry Bird, you don't need to worry about Kakeru.
Clear. Okay, Steve, we've got the highlights of that matchup that just happened in the upper bracket. Take me through what you're seeing on screen, because it looks like Angry Bird just got a pretty strong advantage.
I mean, look, I was letting these guys know that a lot of the top players feel like Akuma really isn't that valuable when it comes to tournament. He's really strong, he dishes out damage, but he gets hurt a lot. A few people, including Tokido, said this character's not that strong. But we got a lot here. Yeah. What are your thoughts on that? As a top tier enthusiast of the tier list, what are your thoughts about Akuma and the fact that a lot of the other players that are in your same league as a top player feel like this character isn't as strong?
In the beginning, people thought he wasn't like, they thought it was a bit underwhelming. But Akuma now, after a few months of a lot of people practicing him, has been shown to be, I think, one of the best characters in the game. It's just that his low health in tournament could be a factor in making him unstable, but all of his tools are one of the best in the game, I think. So I think he's one of the best characters still. Like.
And just to rehash what we saw there, Angry Bird, that was pretty clean by Angry Bird.
It was a 3-1, right, at the end of the series?
3-1, yeah.
Yeah, it was 3-1 for him. So, I mean, once again, it's not like that's a big upset, but I mean, Kakeru is one of those people that everybody's talking about because he's such a strong player right now. But that sets up Angry Bird versus Gachikun. That's the Capcom Cup champion versus the Evo champion as our next part of this group match.
So who's winning it, Steve? You go first.
Yeah, who's winning it?
No,
Phenom?
no. Hold on. Steve runs away. Phenom. Steve runs away from every time I ask him to make a prediction. Yeah. He's such a chicken.
I'm not.
You've got to tell me who wins first.
Angry Bird.
You got Angry Bird?
Look, I think Gachikun is the coolest person in the world. I'm a big Gachikun fan. He knows this. But I'm going to give it to Angry Bird. And once again, a lot of times my first instances, because when people ask me, I got to think about it, I go with my heart. So my heart is going to be Angry Bird.
Phenom, what's your take? Who do you think's winning it?
I think if Angry Bird plays the way, because he's so good against Rashid, I think Angry Bird's going to beat him easily.
Yep.
Okay, got it. Listen, I've just got one last question, then I'll ask you to say goodbye to the fans. First of all, thank you for taking the time to join us.
Yeah, no worries.
It's really appreciated. I would love for you to just give me a little bit of a personal backstory. Norwegian, professional Street Fighter player, playing for Ninjas in Pajamas at predominantly FPS, the organization.
Yeah.
I come from a League of Legends background, which is dominated by a lot of Norwegian players. There's a number of them. What is the fighting game community like in Norway?
Oh, right now it's there. We have a small.
It's there. Okay, that tells me a lot.
We have a small fighting game community for Tekken. We have one for Street Fighter as well. There are like SF6 has made some players want to try to play the game and that sort of stuff. It was a bit smaller in SF5. And SF4 it was actually kind of big, but then it got small. So in terms of Street Fighter, the fighting game community in Norway has been kind of up and down, but it's coming along now.
So first off, I gotta say, man, shout outs to the boy Veggie. Him and Veggie are two other people. First off, these are two of my friends, one, and two, these are two guys that you guys really do a lot for y'all community, especially just being so vocal. They had some of the craziest content going for a while there, and just huge proponents of like the scene, man. So I just hope you know that like you guys do a lot for your scene, and like you guys are like front runners of people that I look at whenever I talk about players from the region. So think about that.
Yeah, thank you so much.
It's big praise coming from the old man on that side of the sofa.
Thank you.
Phenom, that's all we're going to ask of you. What I will be doing is just before you leave, I'm going to be asking Phenom to sign our very special shirt. You can only get this at the venue with us. It's our shirt. It's not available for purchase. You can see there's a number of signatures on there. Look at Tasty Steve's. It's so good, nice. He had to do it twice. He literally broke the pen. Anyways, I'll ask you to sign this on your way out. But what I would love for you to do, if you just speak to number camera 1, give a shout out to your fans, your viewers, the Street Fighter community, and just say goodbye to everybody.
All right. Shout outs to my team, Ninjas in Pajamas. Shout outs to everyone who supported me. Shout outs to everyone who's watching the tournament. I hope you enjoyed the show. And yeah, take care. One word on to which player's winning Street Fighter 6? Angry Bird. Angry Bird, there we go.
Oh, that was quick.
Okay,
my man.
That was sick. You knew that already. Thank you so much, Phenom. We are going to quickly check in TFT. 2 players alive for both respective Na'Vi and Falcons teams. Let's jump into the game.
Bring to mind that we certainly heard
awesome.
from some
Thank you
of the teams
so much, man. I'm going to ask you to sign this over here, please. It takes too much time to sign on camera.